ladies, how you doing? So I wanted to come in and just do a quick video just kind of explaining my tips that I use to kind of go by when I'm doing my makeup. Okay, for those who don't know, I am 43, so I like to keep my makeup very simple, and I want to share some like makeup 101 for women 40 and over. So here we go, here we have it. So I wrote a few things down. Nothing is in any particular order. I'm just going to kind of read them off. And this is what I've learned, through the years, prior to me turning 40, me, becoming 40, and just seeing how my face has changed, how my skin has changed, and just so forth and so on. Just keep in mind, before you put any makeup on, it's always good to have, a top-notch skincare routine. And I'm going to share mine with you. I'm going to share, I do use some drugstore products, and I do use some higher-end products as well. But, we're just focusing on makeup right now. We'll get into all that later because you can't have a good makeup base if you don't have a good skincare system. So those two kind of go hand in hand. So nothing's in any particular order. I'm just going to kind of ramble some things off, and we can just kind of, fit them in where it best fits for you, okay? So this is for my ladies who, just like myself, I will always be a beginner, but go light. Go light. You don't have to put on a ton of makeup. Now, I do have on a medium coverage foundation now, and that video is coming up soon if you haven't seen it already. And this is a medium coverage foundation. A lot of my foundations are medium to full coverage because it will allow me to put as much as I want or go as light as I want. If you get something that's kind of a light foundation, sometimes it's kind of hard to build that up. It'll start looking cakey because it's meant to be as a light foundation. So, and even for your eyeshadow, even for your concealer, just go light. That's just, my, because you don't want things to cake up. As we get older, we start getting, fine lines. The texture of our skin starts to change. And, if you put too much on, you can kind of start seeing some of the imperfections that we tend to, start to get as we age. So it's best to go light. Next is just know your skin type, and that will, everything kind of that I'm getting ready to tell you guys kind of go hand in hand. And it's not like to be redundant or to repeat, but it's just to kind of make you think, about when you're wearing your makeup. Because some of us, we tend to, wear makeup and no one will tell us, hey girlfriend, you might have a little bit on. They'll let you keep wearing that makeup knowing that it's kind of cakey or kind of thick, or it's just out of pocket, and we're all learning. And at the end of the day, you have to make a couple of mistakes to get it right, and you may not know it, but you will know it after seeing a couple of pictures. That's how I learned. Taking pictures of myself, seeing my makeup look, and then, going from there. So know your skin type. And when I mean that, know that you may have texture, you may not have texture, you may have fine lines. Like for me, I know that I don't have texture, but I do have fine lines. So when I put my concealer on, if you notice in my videos, I tend to put dots. I don't smear it on. And I don't recommend anybody that's probably 35 and over to smear your foundation on. Your concealer on. Now, if you have top-notch superb skin, then knock yourself out. Or if you feel you know how to blend it out and get it how you need to go, then knock yourself out. I tend to do the dots because it allows me to have a little bit more control. And if I need to put a little bit on more later, then I have that wiggle room. But when you smear it on and you have it all looking like the big triangle, you have to really work to get that out. And then if it settles in your fine lines, just because you may look at me now, you may not see all those fine lines. But, if I was to zoom in, you can kind of see those fine lines right here. You don't want to go too heavy because you don't want to enhance those fine lines. That's what I mean. So just kind of know your texture, know your skin type. If you know that you're oily, then you might want to use a mattifying foundation. If you know that you're dry, you might want to use that's more hydrated. And that's where I am. I'm in that middle of the road. I have normal to dry skin, but I tend to go for a more mattifying foundation because I like to have that look. I don't want that feel, but I want that look. I like my foundation and I like my look to stay in place because I really take things with me out when I go out and about, like blotting paper and powder and stuff. I don't do that because for me, what I've noticed, when you do have those extra powders with you and you're bringing that with you, you tend to still develop that cakey look through the course of the day. And then you gotta have satin spray with you. It's just things that you just don't want to experience. And some people have to do that because they have oily skin. But if you can control it, maybe wearing a mattifying primer, then that's what you do. But you want to definitely compliment your age, your skin type, and you want to, have that look together. You don't want to wear makeup to where it makes you look older than what you are. You just want to enhance what you have. So be mindful of that. And that's what I do. I'm very mindful, very, very mindful. So I do know my skin type, and I try to, stay in that playing field, because I can definitely step out the box sometimes. And next is match your foundation. Some of us, we do have hyperpigmentation, and you may have darker spots within the face, maybe on the neck area. And sometimes, you might want to match it. It might be a summertime, and your body might be a little bit lighter than what your face is due to hyperpigmentation. It's okay, those circumstances where you have to kind of like match your foundation to your skin, but it's always good to match your foundation with your face as close as you can possibly get. Because if you ever notice, women who may wear foundation, they have that ghost line, that line of indentation where the foundation starts and ends, and you don't want it. You want to blend in your foundation, make sure it seamlessly blends into your neck, blends into your jawline, so you won't have that. So match it to your skin and also to your texture, because you'll be surprised through the course of the day how foundation can curdle up in the face. Okay, and next, for your eyes. Ladies, as we getting older, and not only is our skin changing, everything's changing, your eyelids are changing as well. Sometimes you can't wear a ton of things on your eyes when you get a little bit older, because that skin, it is really soft at this point. It's already tender and thin and fragile to begin with. But as you're getting older, the skin up there, you can kind of pull it, and you can kind of, just see that it's aging. So for me, I don't want to put too much up there, because I don't want to enhance the fact that, okay, your eyelids may be getting a little bit, how would I say it? Older, just for lack of better words. And, it's getting thin. And, you don't want to, just play in that area. You see how I squeeze it, right? You don't want to play in that area and put too much eyeshadow and too much concealer and too much primer, because I know I'm guilty of, I may put my foundation up there, if you have something left on the brush, then you go on in, and if you have concealer under the eye, you may be bringing that down to kind of make a base, because you don't want to put primer on. And then now you're putting on your actual eyeshadows. Treat the eyes good. You don't have to put too much, and you don't have to put on the whole palette. I know sometimes, I know for me, I'm not guilty of that, but I've definitely seen women, especially, us women, who we tend to think that we have to use the whole palette, and we don't, because we see other age groups using the whole palette. We can't do that. We can't. We have to just use the shades that we need to accomplish the look that we're going for. Okay? We have to do that. Don't use the whole palette. Now, last but never not least is the lips. Me, I love a matte lipstick, but I do know that, as you get older, your lips change too. Just like your skin, your eyes, your neck, your hands, everything changes. So it's always good to know your lips. Some women like matte lipsticks, like myself. Now, for me, I like to always put a gloss over. I don't really, I will wear a matte lip by itself. Because I know through the course of that day, with eating, licking your lips and everything like that, and talking, your lips have lines in them. So now you have on this matte lipstick, and now you're creating these creases. And now your matte lipstick is separating. And just because you may look at your lips, and your mouth is closed and you're looking, but when you start talking, you see all the cracks. So it's always good to know where you are with your lips. So for me, if I wear matte lipstick, which I do have on right now, I will put a gloss on top. They do have cream lipstick, so that's another lipstick that you can wear. They do have satin. They do have lip glosses. There's so many different types of lipsticks and lip glosses and whatever the case may be, liquid lipsticks. Just know where you are so you can wear what compliments you. Okay, so I want to come and just share those 5 tips that I kind of, is that 5? Yeah, that is 5. So I want to come and just share those with you, just to kind of let you know, makeup 101. Women, once we get a little bit older, we definitely have to be mindful of how we wear our makeup. You know, let's let the makeup enhance us, not hinder us, because we don't want to be that person. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure we look good for our age and for the moment. Okay, so I hope that helps someone, because it definitely helps me. And you know, just how we use our daily life, and we have things that we do on a daily basis in a routine. I kind of keep those things in the background when I'm out shopping for makeup, or even when I put my makeup on myself. Kelly, you want to definitely make sure that your makeup enhances you, not hinder you. You want to always look good when you wear your makeup. So those are some tips that I wanted to share. I hope it helps again. So I want to say hey to all my new subscribers. Hey to all my loyals. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll check you in the next video. Bye.